Man, he was a good dude, man. He was always smiling when I seen him, man. Last time I seen that boy, we was just talking about, you know what I'm saying, getting it together, talking about, changing our life, man. R.I.P. to St. Mac's YouTube career or anything that he got to, any kind of social media, YouTube stuff that he got. I think Terrance, Gangsta Williams, has put the nail in the coffin. Like I said, I was just with him, man. I was just with that, man. I was just with that boy, man. I was telling him to be safe out here. Man, it's crazy, man. Cause this is like, I want y'all internet people, YouTubers, learn from St. Mac how to destroy your YouTube, internet, social media career before it even gets started. I always tell y'all, you gotta look both ways before you jump in these internet streets, man. I already told y'all this, man. You know what I'm saying? Same hat, different shirt, I'm thugging, man. You know what I'm saying? While some people get on a platform and create a false reality, I bring a reality to my platform. I bring the reality off the internet onto the internet. That's my catch. I can get on here fitted every day if I wanted to. Anyway, but that's what I do. I bring reality to the internet. But yeah, man, so you jumping on old folks now, man? Is that what we doing? We jumping on Bertha? You know what I'm saying? We jumping on Barbara now? We jumping on Simone now? Is that what we doing? You know, we jumping on Betty May now. We jumping on Tina Earl now. Is that what we doing, man? We jumping on James now. We jumping on Otis now. Y'all beating up old people. Like, what are y'all doing? And I guess you say, I'm gonna jump out here and I'm gonna make I know what happened, St. Mac. This what happened. You didn't think the video would get as much attention. But that's how it be sometimes. Like, you jumped out in these internet streets, like, you should have used that first video to launch, because I see the views on it, it went up. You should have used that to launch your career instead of using that to destroy your career before it even got started. But who knows, you might be one of them niggas, I don't even need the internet, I just got on there to address giggity. And that might have been what you wanted to do. You might have wanted to get on there, because people do that. I'm a real nigga, I'm gonna make one video, that's it, I'm gonna just address it. But the only thing about it now is you done jumped into them internet streets, and now it's like, you done started the argument out here amongst the internet streets. You're not in the regular world, you in the internet streets. So you know how it is when an argument starts in the streets, the neighbors start looking, the lady with the rollers in her hair start looking, the little kids stop playing, they start looking, the dope fiends sit up and look at you, the stray dogs stop barking for a minute and start looking. Dude might be driving the ice cream truck, he might slow the ice cream truck down to see what's going on. The niggas that's hustling, like, man, they gonna get it hot around here, man. I hope this shit don't, they'll call police. You jumped out into these internet streets, so we all looking. You addressed them in these, so we all looking. And Terrance Gangsta Williams just skinning your ass. And now, like I told y'all, you gotta, but about the old people stuff, they say that Terrance Gangsta Williams say St. Mac and them jumped on some old folks, man. It was a show called the A-Team back in the day. If y'all remember that one episode where they put up to when the bad guys, remember how the A-Team used to be? How it'll start off with the bad guys doing something, and then the rest of the show would be about the A-Team figuring it out. Like one time these dudes pulled up to an old people home, and they all jumped out and they ran in there and just started beating up the old people. Putting them in the full Nelson, working them, uppercutting them, all kind of crazy. Back breaking them over their knee like wrestlers. They just did the old people wrong. That's what St. Mac and them was on. They was on that shit. And then see, y'all gotta, I told y'all gotta peep gangster language. Y'all gotta peep the fine print in gangster language. Terrance showed him. I know your sisters, man. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is I come off the shelf and get back to what I used to be. You know. That's the worst thing that could happen is I use the information I know. That's the worst thing that could happen. What can go wrong with you using my name, playing my name? I just revert back to who I was in 1992. That's the word. There ain't no big deal about turning to that person. But yeah, though, like, I know your sister. Like, you gotta peep the fine print. Yeah, this him and his sisters. That's it. His mama and them. That's his sister. If I'm on the internet and I'm bothering people and trying to mess with people, somebody showed me a picture of me and my real blood sister. I ain't true. That's gonna make me feel. I might try to tell myself I ain't, but that's gonna make me feel like this nigga know what my sisters look like. You gotta peep the fine print. See, I like Terrance kind of out of control because he kind of like he uses some little undercurrent, some little underlug shit that only gangsters understand. You know? I remember my boy owed some niggas some money. My boy had owed some niggas some money. He was running around hiding from them, owed him a lot of money, and these niggas meant business and they had to do something to him. You know what I'm saying? He was successfully hiding out, feeling like he was, you know, hiding in this hood, hiding in this project, going to this barbershop, standing there all day, you know, stuff like that. So one time the dude's son came home, and his son was a little basketball protege. His son was a star at hoop. His son came home, but and I remember my boy, the dude that he was fucking with, he had like that. This is back in the day. This is so called about. This is an old story. This is an early '90s story. Dude had a slope, one of them slope fades. So his son came home. His son like with some brand new shoes, some brand new Jordans or something. His dad like, where you get the Jordans? He's like, man, some dude gave them to me after my game. I had a good game. He had like a little slope fade, and part of it was like dyed, like blonde. That's the dude he owed money to. So he let the dude know, I'm at your son's game. I gave him some shoes. I bought him some Jordans. I'm gonna need them 10 bands from you. I know your son hoop in that. Anyway, that's just a side quest, a little side mission, a little side story. But yeah, man, St. Mac, you didn't lightweight ended your career before it even started, man. And I'm just watching like, ooh, as a YouTuber, I'm like, ooh, this nigga getting skinned up. Ooh. I'm still waiting for somebody to come out to cut a picture of me like 3rd grade. This nigga used to play with cabbage patches and he used to, like, you know, weird shit like that. And ain't none of that shit out on me, man. I was solid, man. I had my ups and downs. I wasn't ready to fight. I had fights where I was aggressive. I had fights where I was unaggressive, just like any other person. I never was no complete sucker though, but I didn't have some phase that I kind of had to kind of remember who I was and go through with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, man, St. Mac, man, it's the nail in the coffin, you know. And I mean, it's cool though, cause clearly you don't plan on having an internet career, cause I mean, but you don't expect people to be able to come up with that kind of dirt on you, like. So what? We find out you're not from the NO. You went to the feds for scamming. You jumping on Maple. People know, gangster letting you know, I know your family, bro. I know where people do your family know that you messing with me? Do these women that's on this picture with you know that you playing with me on this internet? Do they know that?